In today's video, we're going to go over how to cut the perfect bang. Having fringe is the best way to enhance features on a client's face. For this client, she always wears a bang. When I'm taking my sectioning for this part of the haircuts, I always make sure that I take my time and I take a very precise section. With this haircut, you really have to gauge from the top and by looking straight on from the client what is going to be a good amount of hair. Now, when I'm cutting a bang, I always make sure to cut the bang wet. When the hair is dry, it has more spring back. So when you actually wet the hair and cut the hair wet, it'll give you a more precise, accurate cut. If I am cutting a client's haircut, I usually will cut the bang in the very beginning. Now when I'm pulling my section, I'm pulling everything towards the center of the haircut. The reason I am doing this is it will over direct the end parts of the bang. When you over direct and pull everything to the center, it'll give you more of a U-shaped haircut, which nicely frames the client's brows and eyes. Now, whenever I'm cutting the bang, I always want to make sure that I don't cut it too short, so I'm gauging where this will actually fall on the client's face. Usually using the bridge of the nose as my first guide and then adjusting from that point on. I always comb my section down to see where it lays and then make any adjustments on the length after I've already checked it. As you can see, those sides are over directed, which will give a nice U shape. As you can see, that is the perfect length for the client. Please keep in mind when you're cutting the bangs, or any fringe area, that area could pop up quite a bit because of colics, and when the hair dries it does shrink, so make sure that you're not cutting it too short. I always check my length and evenness in the mirror. Now this is when we're going to start our layering. Again, when I'm layering the client's hair, I'm moving and pulling everything to the center to create over direction, which will leave the length longer on the outside of the bang compared to the inside. When layering the client's bang, this will actually create a fold under. So when you're cutting that corner off, the shorter pieces will actually push those longer pieces towards the head, which will give a nice shape to the bang. By taking off that corner, you're also giving a more modern look. Now we're going to go in and texturize with my texturizing shears. This will give the bangs a more fringy effect. There's nothing worse than cutting somebody's bangs or seeing someone with their bangs cut and them looking adolescent instead of it looking chic and cool. So by texturizing, it'll actually give the bang an updated look. As you can see, the fringe that we created really transformed this client's face. Now I always go in and blow dry and round brush everything under. Now remember, when you're round brushing under, you want to make sure you're using a little bit bigger of a brush because anything smaller will create a bend, which will also create the bangs to look shorter than they really are. And you can see the layering we created, and by adding that texture, the bang has a nice fringe and nice frayed look. And this definitely creates a more modern bang. Now the beautiful thing about the way we cut these bangs is if the client wants to push them off to the side, she can do so with ease. She wants to wear it as a curtain bang, she can also do that because we did leave the longer length around the eyes. Now this is very important. I'm going to go in and refine my cut when the hair is dry. You always want to make sure that you're paying attention to the fine, tiny details. This is what's going to make you a great stylist. This is the difference between a good stylist and a great stylist. So going in and cleaning everything up, still adding a little texture. Now remember, this is the part of the client's face and hair that they see the most, so you want to make sure it's absolutely perfect. And again, I'm always checking my balance in the mirror to make sure that everything is even. And I always ask the client if they need anything to be adjusted. And that's how we cut our perfect bang.